Yeah, so just going to go through some old school boxing techniques by different fighters, etc. Obviously, in the pro game, there's a lot more allowed. But we'd go through an Oscar Bonavena type move. It's quite a basic thing we're talking about, but just getting a bit of an exercise going with it. Obviously, you know, if you're doing a white collar or whatever you call it, unlicensed, etc., or anything that has a bit of grappling in, you know, whatever it's Thai boxing, you can do that. Pro boxing, you can even do it. Really, probably get away with it to a degree because Oscar Bonavena did, and he would push and then start punching. Ali would do this, but get more sort of out the way on his bike, you know what I mean? But Oscar Bonavena would do it and throw a few punches, and he's quite powerful and explosive. So do a little exercise to work that in with your shadow boxing, and you can work that into your imagery as you're doing it. But like I say, you know, with white collar and whatever you call it, the unlicensed boxing today, you can get away with that, all the bare knuckle stuff going on at the moment. But yeah, I mean, when he fought Joe Fraser in, was it 1966, September 21st, 1966, he stuck Fraser down twice, and then Fraser again, but he still won Fraser. That was in Joe Fraser's 12th fight. And then in 1968, he fought him again. Eddie Futch, being Joe Fraser's trainer, told him not to allow Bonavena to extend his arms, because that's when he made space for his punches, etc. Because obviously Joe Fraser was a guy, you know, he used to fight here, bobbing and weaving, coming, you know, he only knew one speed coming forward, so he'd end up here a lot, and then clash a bit, but he's, you know, he'd get that space Bonavena and start the punching, and that's where he stuck down Fraser down twice. So yeah, the whole thing when they fought the second time, that's going off a little bit there, but Eddie Futch wouldn't, you know, said don't let him extend his arms. That's when he would punch, and yeah, offset. Foreman used it a little bit different. I don't want to digress too much, but that was more control with the long arms. But yes, so with that, you could work it in with a bit of shadow boxing, like start off on the wall. Again, this is what you can do, pushing away, and then just work it in with your shadow boxing. If you want it, obviously, you know, you might want to come further down the wall, really explode, really power off, because it's for that explosive, fast twitch fibres we're working on, and then building it into what we know what it's for. Watch out you don't break your sofa. But again, something low like this will work, unless you could get it from the floor. Oh, I can't. But again, you'll come in and then just get down deep and explode. It might be a bit higher than that if you have to struggle with that, and then come back and just mix it in with your sort of inside fighting, or whatever it is. You know, you might have pushed off enough, but really you want to push off, so, because, you know, there might be a bit of sort of grappling going on here. You know, this is like a dirty boxing move really, but again, obviously the guy's probably going to be more inside, so if you can come, say this like your inside work here, bang, explode, get your ringside stuff going, you know, and then come back. That'll build that move. You know, if you do a few of them, you know, I feel it, and then you bang. Yeah, really work that in. I mean, you could go down lower depending on how strong and fit and how much explosive strength you got there. But yeah, just working that in really. So it's a little bit of a sport-specific move for what you're doing. But that, like I said, I've gone through the other disciplines, but it's more, I'm going for a dirty boxing move here really. What you call dirty boxing. Again, or Bonavena would have got away with it in the programs, a bit rougher, etc. But yeah, I wouldn't do it if you're doing ABA boxing or something. No, they pull you for that. But again, something to build in there, and yeah, it worked for him. So, and it's good just to talk about these old fighters, Oscar Bonavena, and how we made that work for him. Bang.